everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I've got quite an exciting video because this client who has been having acrylic for years has now decided, well, I say decided, I am actually stopping doing acrylic from June, I don't know why I can't talk in this video, from June the 1st, I'm not going to be doing acrylic anymore, but this client has decided to swap over to Builder Gel. So we are removing her acrylics today and doing a Builder Gel overlay with the Gel Perfection Builder Gel in a bottle, which I absolutely adore. I use it on literally every single one of my Builder Gel clients now, which will very soon be all of my clients, apart from the very few that I do with just gel polish. So I'm just using the purple willow bit here. This bit is absolutely brilliant for removing acrylic and like removing the bulk, and obviously for redesigning back to your base to be able to do another design on top. It is absolutely brilliant. It's really quick. Yeah, and removals take hardly any time at all. So I'm just doing this on all 10 nails. I'm only going to film one hand though, as usual. So I'm just filing back to a very thin layer. I'm not touching the natural nail with this bit. It is far too coarse and would cause a lot of damage. So we are literally just taking the acrylic down, and then when I get to a really thin layer of acrylic, I am going to soak them. I've got the like bowls next to me for it to soak her nails in. They're the ones where you have your hand in the top in the acetone and there's a section underneath for you to put water in. So I just put warm water in there, and then it speeds up the process as well. So I'm just doing this on all of them, like I said, bringing it down to that really thin base. And then when it comes to soaking off, we don't have much soaking to do. I think it only took it was about probably around 8 minutes. I did what's it called? I basically I filed this one, popped this hand into the acetone, and then whilst I was filing the other one, this was obviously soaking. Then by the time I finished filing the second hand, I came back to the first. So it was only a few minutes for the first lot of soaking I did. And then the second time I popped them, I took off as much of the excess as you'll see in a second, popped them back in. Here you can see how much had soaked off the first time, but like I said, I really don't need to soak for a long time because I don't leave a lot of product on the nail anyway. So I took this out the first time, took as much of the excess that had melted away off the nail so it could get out of the way so the layer underneath could soak, and then popped it back in for 5 minutes, and then by the time I took it out the second time, it was all gone and ready to go. So as you can see here, just taking all the excess off. It is absolutely gross. I hate this process. I think it's really satisfying taking it off and revealing the natural nail, but when it actually touches me, it makes me feel a bit ugh. Very excited to not be using acrylic after June. So this is the second time. As you can see, that very tip of this nail was super flimsy. I did end up just pulling it off, I'm not gonna lie. You'll see in a sec, after the next clip, that just disappears, but I took it off and just wasn't filming at the time. I pulled it off. It was only attached by the tiniest bit, so it was super easy to get off. I wasn't causing any distress to my client. So yeah, once I've got all this off with my scraper, I am then going to go in with cuticle work and getting the natural nail plate ready for the Builder Gel application, basically. So whilst I'm doing all this, the other hand is still in the acetone. So obviously by the time I came to do that one was done. So I'm just using this bit here. I can't remember what it's called, but it's from Willow Academy. So just have a look at their prep bits. It's in the diamond bits section. It'll be there. I think they bought this out at Christmas. It was in their mystery reveals a few days near Christmas sort of thing. So I got this back then, so I am due to get a new one, to be fair, because it's been a few months now. So I'm just using this to almost push the back of the cuticles, get them off the nail plate, get the dead skin off the nail plate, and then obviously my Builder Gel will adhere much better because there won't be anything to stop it and cause any lifting, etc. And then I'm just going in with a sanding band. Super simple. I'm not putting any pressure on at all. It's on really low RPMs, and I'm just going over the whole nail to make sure that there's nothing on the nail that shouldn't be. And I'm also using this to rough up the surface of the natural nails so my Builder Gel will stick. Not spending a lot of time on each nail at all. I'm not doing the same place over and over again because I don't want to burn my client, because friction obviously will cause heat and then it's painful. So, and you don't want to go over too many times with your sanding band anyway, because you're sort of wasting the grit by keep going over the same area. So it's wrong for not wrong, but it's bad to do for quite a few reasons. So I'm just using it to rough the surface and get rid of any excess last product. So once I've done that, we're cutting these nails down a little bit because they had grown out quite a lot and we've got them quite long. So we're just going to cut them down and then reshape. So I've just snipped the ends off them all and then I'm just reshaping them into an almond shape now with my nail file. This file is only a 240 grit. You really don't need a very harsh grit for an actual nail at all, especially when they've just been soaked off. So they are a little bit flimsy because the acetone has dried them out a little and it does take a little while for them to reharden, but obviously that process will take place under the builder gel because we're applying it straight away. So I'm just filing them all into shape, making sure they're all about even and all the same shape. And then once I've done that, we can get on with application. So I'm just going to let you finish watching this shaping part, and then we can move on to application of the gels. So once I've done all that, I did nip the cuticles off camera, like any excess skin that I didn't want there that would have possibly got in the way and caused lifting, etc. of my gel. And then I'm going in with Super Base, which is Gel Perfection's rubber base. You can get this from Diamond Glitters. The Diamond Glitters 5% off discount code is always in my description box of every video, because to be fair, Gel Perfection products are in majority of them. If I'm ever doing anything with gel, it's always Gel Perfection typically. So the discount code is always there if you ever forget it, just so you can refer back to it and find it easy enough. So yeah, I'm just using Super Base, which is their, like I've just said a billion times, is their rubber base coat. I absolutely love this base because once you place it, it stays exactly where it is. I find thicker base coats much easier to use because the thinner they are, the more they want to move, I've found. So I really do love this one. And obviously, because this client is going from acrylic to builder gel, I wanted as much as much strength as possible because she is used to the thickness of acrylic. So obviously I want to try and get her nails as close to that as I can, so she's not shocked and doesn't think, oh my gosh, why are they so thin. So now I'm just going in with the clear builder gel. First of all, I just put a slip layer down. I put this layer exactly where I want my gel to go, sort of thing. So I'm just popping this down first, and then I will go back to the bottle, get a bit more on my brush, and then as you can see, I'm just floating it down. I'm not sure what happened with the ring finger, but it seems I must have pressed pause by accident because it is obviously not here. So I'm just doing that on all 4 nails. I do the pinky finger and the ring finger together, pop those in the lamp, and then do the same on the opposite hand. And then I get this hand back, do the middle and the index, pop those in the lamp, do the same on the opposite, and so on. And then just do the thumbs at the end so they can cure by themselves, because I always make sure that I cure the thumb separate. Just because obviously the underside of the thumb, when you put your hand into a lamp flat, can be hidden from the light, and it's really easy for that side of your thumb to not actually be cured properly. And you don't want to come to, well, one, you don't want an undercured gel on your client for however many weeks, and you also don't want to come to do your polish and then realise that actually it's not dry and it's mixing with your gel. So definitely try to avoid that. I've just realised this is really confusing on what order. Maybe I did all 4 at the same time. I don't know. It usually depends on how I do it, on whether, like what the weather's on. Well, I'm literally on the weather, because if it's too hot, then it moves quicker. And if it's a bit cooler, then it doesn't tend to run anywhere, especially if you get your like base coat right, basically. If your base coat is not on the skin or anything, your gel on top of that is less likely to go onto the skin as well. So I obviously did 4 at a time here, but typically I would do 2 at a time if my room was warm and my gel was runnier, but today obviously was a good day, so I didn't. So yeah, I just play it by ear. Like if I go to the next nail and I look at the pink and it looks like it's all moving around and stuff, I will do 2 at a time, but this obviously wasn't one of those days. So I'm just using this liner brush now to make sure that the builder gel is right up to the sidewalls, as close to the cuticle as I can get. And I've definitely capped the free edge, making sure it's all nice and smooth. Looking at it from all angles, obviously you can't see that on the video, but I am moving around all the time to make sure it's where I want it. And then I did the thumb and other hand obviously off camera, and I'm just going in with Brillbird Glamour Gel number 3. My client chose this for this set, so she's having a full set of this Glamour Gel. It is absolutely beautiful, and I'm using an Ink London brush to apply it, but you can use any gel brush that you like. So yeah, I'm just going with 2 coats of this, so we'll do this coat and then 1 more, and then I'm going in at the end with Super Gloss, which is the Gel Perfection's rubber top coat, so even more what's it called, like strength, because then we've got obviously the rubber base, the builder gel and the rubber top. So these nails are super strong and super adhesed. Wow, super adhesion is what I was going for, but there you go. Adhered, that's the word. Adhesion and adhered, 2 different words but mean the same thing. So yeah, that's what I was trying to say anyway. So 2 coats of this. I'm just quickly doing this. I've sped it up a little bit. And then yeah, top coat, and then that's it for this set. So I hope you enjoyed this and enjoyed the transformation, because I feel like we came a long way in this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back really soon with another video. Bye.